Okay, this is Pinus nigra, austriaca, collected in Slovenia probably.
No.
No? Collected in Croatia?
Yeah.
All right, collected in Croatia. Not much difference anymore. It's all the same now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the European Union, by the way. You are now friends and neighbors. Okay, so anyway, from the ex-Balkan, sorry about that. Okay, it's a Balkan tree. It's a typical tree of the southern parts of Slovenia, Croatia, and all the way down to Greece. It grows on the rocks, and this is basically what is shown here. This wants to be a natural black pine growing on a rock, not more, not less. It's called naturalistic style. It has to do with bonsai styles, but it's something that looks more like to real trees than to the bonsai books. This is why this tree apparently has some faults, which for example is the so-called bar branches. They're on the same height. This tree has barely any good nebari. This tree has wherever you think the front is, there's always a branch sticking at you. So if you want to find faults, you find them by the dozen. So that's not the way to look at this. Forget everything you have ever heard about bonsai and think about trees, about real trees, real pines in nature. And then you see everything that I just mentioned is very normal, very natural. It's right there. A tree will have many possible fronts. It will not have a single defined front. So this one, to me, has about at least 5 different fronts, which are good. There was always a branch going at you, being in your way. You never see the whole trunk being freed. The first branch is usually not at 1/3. In this case, it even is, just by coincidence. The top is more or less a ball, and it's not a little Christmas tree on top of another Christmas tree. I think very naturalistic. He probably, the man who did this, will have a few people around him who tell him that everything he's doing is wrong because he's breaking all the bonsai rules. Okay? And he is brave enough to ignore that advice. So some people even go so far to say, this is not bonsai and it shouldn't be called bonsai. Oh, that's fine with me. This is tree art. Okay, call it tree art, a tree on the rock. Okay, for some people even go so far to say this should be forbidden. I think, well, then a lot of things should be forbidden in art. Just about everything that's new in art is really aggressive, offensive to some people. So if you don't like it, don't look at it. So I think this is good, especially that he has found this rock which is natural. It's not carved or anything. Only the hole is made here to make a pot of that rock. I like the fact that he has planted some green stuff here, some weeds, which grow naturally. And that there is no moss here, because that's the way it looks like in the karst area. Karst is a very dry area where no grass would grow here. Okay, so I think there's nothing I want to change here. It still has wiring on, which is fine. What I would not do is have copper wire and aluminum wire on the same tree, either copper or aluminum, not both. And we had the subject about, is it possible to show this tree with a wire? Yes, of course it's possible. Will it be a good idea? No, because it's two different kinds of wire, and because this will cause a fight anyway. If this tree is shown in a bonsai exhibit, this is going to start a big discussion. And the discussion should not be about the wire, but they will discuss the wire. So don't give them a chance to speak about the wire. They should speak about the tree. and they will hate it. That's okay. It's perfectly okay in art to hate something, but that does not mean it's bad. Most people, especially people who have nothing to do with arts, live under the assumption that they have a good taste, and when they like something, it's good and it's art, and if they don't like something, if they really hate something, it's not good, it's not art. That's ridiculous. Who do you think you are? You think you are the judge about art or not? Go to the art museum and look there. Most ordinary people would just be offended by what's in an art museum. Now that's the best art has to offer, otherwise it wouldn't be in a museum. And in bonsai it's not very much different. I think this is very good. You can hate it, you can say this is bad, but you cannot say Walter is an idiot because he has a bad taste. I have a different taste than you, that's correct. I used to hate this 20 years ago, so I know very well what people are doing when they are hating naturalistic style and all this new development and deadwood and modern and what have you and Kimura. They all hate. Everybody hates things. Okay, so I used to be like that, and I have changed my mind. So I give you a chance. You can also change your mind eventually, or not. That's your problem, not mine. Thank you. Okay.